You've heard it said, health is wealth, so enrich your life with the Healthy Home Hour, brought to you by the Healthy Home Market. Every Sunday, 9 to 10 a.m. Know what's new and classic for health and wellness. Meet the local and national experts. Live God's plan to thrive, not just survive. I'm your host, Holly Adams, and welcome to the Healthy Home Hour. Morning, it's Sunday, a blessed day with the Dr. Matt McAlees of the Charlotte Health Center right here in our Streets 1033 studios. This Healthy Home Hour to bring us up to speed on health essentials in 2015. And thank goodness, because it gets overwhelming. I mean, I hear that all the time, and sometimes I feel that way myself. It's challenging. I mean, what should we eat? What should we avoid? What about exercise? And what about preventative health care? What is the bedrock, the nuts and bolts for a life of wellness that keeps you out of the hospital, enjoying what and whom you love, and energized for work? Well, lucky for us, Dr. Matt is back and bold and here to get us on the right track this year. There's good news amidst all these scary facts and stats out there, so stay with us. Find out this Healthy Home Hour, brought to you by the Healthy Home Market and Streets 1033. Keep it locked right here, but first, some news about what's up at the Healthy Home Market. This week, there's 2 free meditation classes in the Community Wellness Center that's behind the Plaza Midwood store, the new Healthy Home Market on Central Ave. One is Tuesday night at 6 to 7:30, and the other is on Thursday, the 5th, at 6:30 to 8. And Wednesday, there's a Tai Chi class, a Tai Chi for Health, also in the Wellness Center, just $8 at 6:30 to 7:30. No prior Tai Chi experience is necessary. So just come, wear loose clothes and flat shoes, and we'll have at it. And this coming Saturday, it's the annual wine and cheese tasting in 2 stores, Plaza Midwood and Davidson's Healthy Home Markets. That's 1 to 4. Come on out for organic wines and beer, meats, cheeses, fresh juices and smoothies, makeup demos, and more. That's this Saturday, February 7th, for a romantic pre-Valentine's take on health food. So see for yourself at healthyhomemkt.com for details, discounts, and check out the weekly health blog. And there's recipes, and well, check it all out at healthyhomemkt.com. So our guest today, Dr. Matt McAlees, better known as Dr. Matt, is founder and chiropractor at the Charlotte Health Center. And Dr. Matt has national and international reach, educating and adjusting folks from the Olympics to our very own, well, let's see, starting with WCNC's Charlotte's Today Show, where he's their health expert, and lots more. He's been a guest on our show before. We're so glad to have you back, Dr. Matt. So glad you're here.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Always. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. That you always bring us so much good info and get us kind of stable and with a clear eye about what's really going on. As a chiropractor, we know that you have intense training in the function and anatomy of the body and nutrition and health education and health advocacy. And I know you have great success getting people off their medications and diminishing or stopping pain cycles altogether. I mean, you and other Maximized Living chiropractors have a great reputation for helping people get well and stay well. So what do you think that allopathic medicine is missing that chiropractic care doesn't?
I think, oh, wow, that's a big, old, loaded question. And we only have an hour, right? I think that, first off, let me say this. Far too often people think there's animosity and like all this hatred between the two groups. And I think that's, that was the case in the past. It's not so much the case anymore. I work very closely with quite a few doctors in the medical profession and nurses and, all sorts. I think the issue becomes in is how we look at the human body, or maybe even better yet, the way that we're trained. And the allopathic medical model is very much designed to save your life and keep you alive. And thank God for that when you're in an emergency and a crisis. But the chiropractic model or the vitalistic model of way of looking at things is not just to keep you alive, but how to be healthy, how to experience an abundance of health. So obviously there's a difference if you just want to be alive, right? Like, so you can be alive in a nursing home, or you could be alive on a cruise ship. And so I think that's the difference. Is for some people, they live their life in such a way that they just want to be alive, and medicine is for those people, or if there's a horrific accident. But for people that want more than that, they want to be healthy and well and at an ideal body weight and pain-free and wake up full of energy and enjoy their life, then that's very much where the chiropractic, vitalistic, holistic side of healthcare comes in.
I love that word, vitalistic.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's about, having vitality for the day. And
that's right.
Yeah.
And it's more than just looking at a symptom and saying, hey, just take this. It's looking at the body as a whole and making sure that it's not just treating symptom by symptom by symptom, but looking at the body as a whole and making sure the whole body's healthy.
Right. You know, you mentioned nurses and doctors, and I'm wondering, do they ever consult with you?
You know, quite a few of them are patients because they come in saying, I don't want to end up like the people I treat all day long. So quite a few of them are patients, but I don't know, as far as consult, what do you mean? Like, as in, they send people my way,
Okay.
but they don't, you know, it's so different than what they do that I don't know they're so much looking for a consult as they just send people our way saying, hey, I know they're right for you. You know, they don't want to just be on medications forever. And they know that we have customized nutrition plans, and we look at their neurology and how well their body's healing and oxygen levels and all these other facets of being healthy that maybe the hospital or the doctor's office just doesn't have the ability to do because they don't have the equipment or the technology or whatever it is.
So they're beyond the consulting phase with you. They're already sending people.
Oh yeah,
to you.
absolutely.
So yeah. How about, you know, I'm curious about dentists.
Yeah.
You know, because and dental care. I mean, I'm wondering if you ever see patients maybe because of dental work gone wrong, or could dental work that's not gone so well, it isn't healthy for somebody, say long term. Does that affect the spinal alignment, or does that cause headaches, or are there any number of problems as a result of dental care?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I work very, very, very closely with a holistic biological dentist here in town, and that is probably one of the most important recommendations that I make for all my patients, is making sure that they are going to someone who is not using old science to work in their mouth, because it's so close to the brain. And so if you have a dentist that's still using mercury, drilling on mercury, say that mercury is safe, I would run away, never go back. I can tell you, I personally see Dr. Kempter. It's Kempter. He owns Kempter Family Dentistry. It's up in Concord, and it's not the closest place for me. I live in South Charlotte, but I drive there because when it comes to my mouth and being close to my brain, I don't want anything poisonous or toxic in there. And especially because people don't realize dentistry is, you know, it's surgery. It's you're permanently, when you go in there, outside of it cleaning, you're permanently altering your body. And so if I'm gonna have someone permanently altering something next to my brain, you better believe I want someone that's good and is up to date. And Dr. Kempter is certified through the IAOMT, which is the International Academy of Oral Medicine and Toxicology. And he's certified. He is the only person I trust. He's who I see, and he's who I recommend. So yes, and 1,000 times yes. Be careful.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, you phrase it such that when you're having dental work, it's actually surgery. Because I think a lot of us, myself included, over time, you know, maybe because that we were raised with the general dentistry that's done out there, you don't think of it. You say, oh, we have a cavity here, let's just fill it up. And oh, well, you know, your bite has a problem, let's just rework all your entire teeth, you know, the whole thing. So it's nice to hear about this Dr. Kempter, and that you feel so strongly about him.
Yes, very.
Yeah. How about, you know, I think a lot of people know what chiropractic care is and does, but for those who don't, what does it do? What's the key thing about the spine and alignment?
Absolutely. So the key thing with the not, so we do, again, that holistic, vitalistic chiropractic care. So the key is making sure your body is healing properly. And the nerve system, brain, spinal cord, and nerves are the system that run, control, and heal everything in your body. So once you understand that, you have to do something with that. So if the brain, spinal cord, and nerves control everything, if they're the only system, which they are the only system that can tell another system what to do and heal you, then my question is, why aren't you doing something about that? So if it's the only system that can heal you, you've got to do something about that. And so people come to us because they begin to understand that brain, spinal cord, nerves, pain, organs not working properly. They want to fix it, and they don't want to do it with drugs or surgery. And so chiropractic is the science of really making sure that the brain is communicating with all the organs as close to 100%, if not at 100%, so that they can work properly and heal properly. Because if your organs are working properly and healing properly, we call that person healthy. So the first 4 letters of the word healthy are heal. So you've got to make sure you're healing. And the nerve system is the only system that does that.
Wonderful. That's the best description I've ever heard of chiropractic care.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, folks, we're so lucky today here to have Dr. Matt McAlees from the Charlotte Health Center. Stay with us. We're going to be back for lots more info and some cool ideas that Dr. Matt has for you, and an upcoming workshop. In fact, next Saturday on the 7th, we're going to hear about that. So we'll see you in a moment. This is Charlotte's new hip-hop station, Streets 1033.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is your favorite superhero, Captain Immune System. I'm always hard at work defending you against millions of bacteria, viruses, toxins, and parasites that would love to invade your body. But sometimes, even superheroes need a helping hand, especially with winter approaching. It's your job to help protect the protector. So start by eating a better diet, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and adding some quality supplements to your life. One being my partner in crime, aloe vera. Aloe vera is full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients that can help me, the immune system, to be strong and resilient against infection. Many scientists and researchers believe that aloe vera supports the body to fight illnesses and diseases. When choosing an aloe vera product, quality is everything. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality aloe vera products for decades. To learn more, visit aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. Aloe Life is available in finer health food stores nationwide.
Stop dragging yourself to the doctor to sit on a cold table in a paper gown to get instructions that don't always work. Americans outspend the next 10 other industrialized nations and still rate 11th in overall health. Change all that at the Charlotte Health Center for a proactive health scene with Dr. Matt McAlees and his first-class staff. Be a VIP and access special health classes, know the power of spinal correction, and experience the new Vibe platform to banish body pain, headaches, and disease without pills or surgery. Treat your body with respect to live your dreams of health and wealth. You can do it at the Charlotte Health Center with Dr. Matt McAlees. Call 704-780-0166 or go to charlottehealthcenter.com and live the life.
Friends, do you eat the amount of vegetables recommended by every major health organization, 5 to 9 servings daily to maintain health? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, less than 9% of American adults do. Luckily, there's a great solution, and it even tastes good. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula by Aloe Life. It's an easy and delicious way to get in the daily recommended servings of dark green leafy vegetables. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula is top quality, certified organic greens blended with whole leaf aloe vera and Nepal cactus to support energy and stamina. Each heaping teaspoon supplies 3 servings of dark green vegetables that contain life-supporting nutrients, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and even essential fatty acids that people need to support body wellness. To learn more, visit www.aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. That's 1-800-414-2563. You can also find Aloe Life products at finer health food stores nationwide. Aloe Life, where being healthy never tasted so good.
Uncover the truth with the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, where Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine, investigates the core of your illness and frees you from a variety of health disorders. With specialized testing and skillful interpretation, Christian determines if 4 critical body barriers that act as a health shield have been compromised. Don't keep learning to live until you die with pain, depression, thyroid disease, chronic fatigue syndrome, allergies, insomnia, migraines, autoimmune disorders, or more. At the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, you get the best of East and West to unlock your body's innate ability to be well and live well. With functional medicine, acupuncture, Chinese food therapy, and much more, you will get better and watch your life improve. Because with precise diagnostics, it's not only possible, it's inevitable. If you feel trapped in your illness or want to avoid the diseases of your family, contact the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte by going to holisticcharlotte.com. That's holisticcharlotte.com, or call 704-308-2557. 704-308-2557. Get the keys to the Wellness Kingdom with the health detective Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine at the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte. Welcome back. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour, sponsored by the Healthy Home Market and Your Streets 1033. So I'm Holly Adams, and we're here with Dr. Matt McAlees talking about chiropractic care and about 50 other things we're going to get into today. I know, because I know Dr. Matt. So there's lots of good things to know about being healthy. And this whole idea of vitalistic, living to thrive rather than just surviving and crawling along from your house to your car to your job and back home at night. There's so much more to life. I'm wondering why it is that why do people get misaligned to begin with? Why are so many of us walking around with misaligned spines?
Oh, you asked the best questions.
Oh, thank you.
Like the deep ones that we could spend all day talking about. I think the easy answer is, I'll use one word: stress. And stress comes in a few ways. Stress comes physical stress, car accidents, sitting at a computer all day or at a desk. They say sitting is the new smoking. There's more research to show that sitting for 8 hours a day is worse for you than smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Yeah. I'm sure we'll dive in a little bit more into that.
Yes.
So physical trauma, sitting, car accidents, tablets, computers, neck down, so this physical stress. Then we've got chemical stress from cigarette smoke, bad food that has toxic chemicals in it, the air fresheners that people think make their house smell clean, which are poisonous, toxic, chemicals. There's a chemical stress, and then there's obviously a mental stress, whether or not your life is in order. You have good, healthy relationships, how crazy your kids have been that day. So there's stress that comes in 3 forms. We usually classify in 3 forms that will cause your body essentially to overload, almost like a circuit or a breaker panel in your house where you've got your circuit breakers.
Right.
And no different than if one of those can pop and overload because it's overloaded with too much. Your nerve system can be overloaded by those types of stress: physical, mental, chemical. And if that's the case, they will overload. We call that subluxation. And subluxation is when the bones shift out of the normal healthy position, compress a nerve, and 10% of the time that will cause pain. But 90% of the time, it'll cause an organ to begin to malfunction. So we call that a symptom. And then, given time, cause it to shut down.
So as it's shutting down, there's a disease process happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a disease is nothing more than a body that's just not working properly.
Okay. So what about then... when you talk about, I'm always so amazed at how poor the healthcare is in this country, and yet we pay so much money for it.
Yeah.
So, and I know you have a lot of, you travel extensively around the globe, around the country. Do you think that we're really in worse shape? I mean, spinally speaking, from a chiropractic standpoint, are we in worse shape than other people, than other, say, first world countries?
Yes. Primarily because I think we're taught that when we do have a problem, so once you do get the neck pain or the back pain or the headache, we're taught to ignore it and medicate it more here than everywhere else. So I don't know if we damage it more. I don't know if we sit more than other countries. I would suspect we sit as much as anybody does. I would suspect we're as inactive as the top countries. Maybe we're number one, maybe we're just up there. But I think once the body does begin to give us warning signs, which is what symptoms are, they're warning signs. It's the body's first, it's like the oil light going off in your car. And when that oil light does go off that we call a symptom, then we take a pill and ignore the problem, thinking that it's better because, again, that's how we've been educated. We've been educated that you just take a pill. But let's say it's your thyroid and your thyroid's shutting down and it's not making the hormones it used to. You take a pill and all of a sudden you feel normal again. So you think you're normal again, but that does not mean your thyroid's working again. You've just artificially put in hormones, but your thyroid was broken and it's still broken. You just don't feel that it's broken anymore. So we ignore it. And then what happens is it gets worse. So you need more treatment, more drugs, more surgery. And that continues until the body's done, until that organ's done and it fails. So I think it really comes down to we think we're treating the problem, but we're really treating the symptom. And so you never get well. And so we deteriorate even faster than other countries.
I see. That makes sense.
Because we ignore it.
Because we have so much medication. So taking the medication, you're saying, is sort of like taking the battery out of that spot in the car that makes the light go on.
Yeah, well, I like to say it's like, imagine if the oil light went off and you pulled in to get an oil change and they just pulled your dashboard like away from the car and just clipped the wire and the light went off. And then they put your dashboard back and they said, fixed problem. You would lose your mind on that person. You'd turn them into somebody, right? But that's what we're doing when we're not using drugs for emergency, life-saving medicine, right? Like if you're shot, stabbed in a car accident, that's not what I'm talking about. They need to save your life. But once you've moved past that emergency phase and you're using the medication to treat a symptom permanently, it's no different than just pulling that dashboard away, clipping that wire, going to the light, and it shuts off, and then you don't see it anymore, you don't feel it anymore, you don't experience it anymore, but the oil is still low in that engine and it's going to explode. You just think everything's fine and dandy though. So
working off of that, then you say you do that, you keep taking medication and you're not really paying attention to the whole range of things that people need to be doing to keep themselves healthy. What can happen as a result of that?
I think you end up with statistics. I think it's self-evident now in our society. We are the sickest industrialized country in the world. I mean, this is year after year after year. It just came out middle of 2014 again. It comes out usually in June or July. And I remember the titles of the articles because they're seared into my memory. One of them said, U.S. Healthcare Report Card, A for spending, F for performance. The other one said, I think it was from CNBC, said United States healthcare, we're last again. So we have the most cancer, most heart disease, most diabetes. We have the most autism. We have the most disease in the world, and yet we consume the most drugs out of any country in the world. So if they worked, we'd be the healthiest. If drugs and surgeries and doctors and hospitals worked, we spend the most, we have the most, we consume the most, we would be the healthiest, and yet we're the sickest because we're constantly suppressing symptoms, not listening to the body, and not doing what it takes to get well. We're doing what it takes to feel a little bit better.
Yeah, we're like in a delusional state or mesmerized into thinking everything's fine. It's like somebody has to pull the curtain back. It's like the Wizard of Oz, pull the curtain back because there really is something else going on underneath. Well, I'm so glad you're here to tell us about this because it's really, really important and we can do something about it. So stay with us. We're going to find out more about what you can do to turn it around if you're not feeling well or what you can do to stay well right here on Streets 103.3, Charlotte's new hip-hop station.
Friends, are you in and out of doctors' offices suffering with digestive issues, gas, heartburn, allergies, weight loss challenges, depression, or declining health in general? Well, find out why and what to do about it in the best health book of the century, fully referenced, called Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS. 3 books in one with 12 chapters well referenced, including recipes, and over 80 health conditions and 20 healthy focus factors required to reach optimum health. Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS, is for people living with any disease, those who desire to reach a healthy weight goal, and others purely seeking disease prevention and learning how to stay healthy. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com. That's beyondglutenintolerance.com, or call 1-800-414-2563. Learn how making just a few dietary adjustments and getting digestion functioning back again makes the world of difference, often in just days. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com.
Stop dragging yourself to the doctor to sit on a cold table in a paper gown to get instructions that don't always work. Americans outspend the next 10 other industrialized nations and still rate 11th in overall health. Change all that at the Charlotte Health Center for a proactive health scene with Dr. Matt McAlees and his first-class staff. Be a VIP and access special health classes. Know the power of spinal correction and experience the new Vibe platform to banish body pain, headaches, and disease without pills or surgery. Treat your body with respect to live your dreams of health and wealth. You can do it at the Charlotte Health Center with Dr. Matt McAlees. Call 704-780-0166 or go to charlottehealthcenter.com and live the life.
Skin Gel by Aloe Life is made from fresh, certified, organically grown aloe vera leaves. The formula contains 1% skin nutrients of vitamin E, A, and C combined with additional herbal extracts. The ultimate value of Skin Gel is unmatched by any other topical aloe vera on the market today. The golden yellow color shows the presence of the yellow sap used traditionally for healthy skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural and safe way to support the body, popular for hair, scrapes, burns, scars, sunburn damage, or troubled skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural astringent, perfect to apply to clean, washed skin to tighten, and may even support cell regeneration, as shown in Aloe Life's 1997 skin study. Follow with face and body lotion for maximum benefits. Look for Aloe Life products at your local health food store or online at aloelife.com, or call them today at 1-800-414-2563. That's 1-800-414-ALOE. The Aloe people. Aloe Life.
Uncover the truth with the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, where Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine, investigates the core of your illness and frees you from a variety of health disorders. With specialized testing and skillful interpretation, Christian determines if 4 critical body barriers that act as a health shield have been compromised. Don't keep learning to live until you die with pain, depression, thyroid disease, chronic fatigue syndrome, allergies, insomnia, migraines, autoimmune disorders, or more. At the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, you get the best of East and West to unlock your body's innate ability to be well and live well. With functional medicine, acupuncture, Chinese food therapy, and much more, you will get better and watch your life improve. Because with precise diagnostics, it's not only possible, it's inevitable. If you feel trapped in your illness or want to avoid the diseases of your family, contact the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte by going to holisticcharlotte.com. That's holisticcharlotte.com, or call 704-308-2557. 704-308-2557. Get the keys to the wellness kingdom with the health detective Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine at the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte. Welcome back. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour, sponsored by the Healthy Home Market and Streets 1033, your hip-hop station, Charlotte's new hip-hop station. We're talking to Dr. Matt McAlees from the Charlotte Health Center. I'm Holly Adams, and we're talking about all kinds of things about your health and how we stack up in the States versus other countries. We're really not doing very well, folks. Dr. Matt said before the break that we get an A for spending and an F for performance in our healthcare results. So let's take it back to chiropractic care, because that seems to be the root of what you're doing, and the foundational piece to the many things that you do. Tell us, what does an adjustment feel like, and what does someone feel after an adjustment?
So an adjustment feel like? I think I've been adjusted my whole life. Like literally from the time I was born, my father and grandfather were both chiropractors. So, for me, I've grown up with it my entire life. I think most people, it feels a little bit like maybe like a can of soda opening in your back. I don't know. It feels like a pressure release. I think is what most people say. They say there was tons of pressure there before, and the adjustment allows the pressure to release, and instantly there's relief, and they feel better. And then the incredible part is they're also healing better.
And how are they going to feel? So they feel instant relief. And then say over the course of a few days or a week, what would they notice as a result of having an adjustment?
Far more range of motion. The muscle tissue is going to relax in the surrounding area.
Well, that's big.
Yeah. Inflammation's going to go. Spasms are going to go. But, probably the number one thing I hear is that they just overall felt better and slept better. So people will most of the time come back and say, most commonly will say, I haven't slept like that in days, weeks, months, years. I don't remember the last time. And that's because when that pressure is relieved from the spine, it can heal you better, and healing speeds up or takes place more at night than it does during the day. So your body tells you, it wants you to go to sleep, it puts you in a deep sleep, and it goes to work healing you.
Well, that's a dynamic duo right there, the adjustment and getting to sleep better. That's really working synergistically. How about the biggies? There's so many big diseases out there right now, and they seem to be taking over. Everybody is worried about it or has it. Something like diabetes, dementia, heart disease. Can chiropractic care help that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would never, I never use the word cure.
Right.
Because the only thing that can cure you is the body. The body, no different than a cut on the arm will heal, or it should heal in a healthy body. The body has the ability to heal anything and everything. Any tissue in the body that's damaged, the body has the ability to heal and repair and make more of. And so chiropractic care, again, it allows the tissues the ability to heal better than they were, or more optimally. So the largest study ever done, in fact, if you're in front of your computer or have your smartphone in front of you right now, you can go to WebMD and put in chiropractic and blood pressure. And you're going to see it was one of the largest studies ever done at the University of Chicago Medical School. And they showed that getting one bone adjusted in your neck, the top one, was better. This is the summary of University of Chicago Medical School. Getting the top bone in your neck adjusted was better than 2 blood pressure medications combined, and had no harmful, dangerous side effects at all.
That's sad.
So, with that one statistic research study alone, anyone that has high blood pressure should be getting adjusted, I think, over taking a medication, because the medications come with risks and side effects, and it's not truly fixing the problem either, where the adjustment will allow the brain and heart to become back in sync and work the way they're supposed to.
So that's what happens a lot with the blood pressure spiking or rising, that the brain and the heart aren't in sync?
Well, yeah, so the brain's not being able to regulate the blood pressure properly.
How about, another biggie like cancer?
Yeah, well, so most cancer research right now is being done studying the human immune system, because I believe it was Harvard or Mayo did a big study showing that even as babies, you're born with cancer, because cancer's nothing new, and it's not mysterious. We've known about cancer for a long time. It's just something that there's a lot more of it now because of deliberate things that we're having done or are doing to ourselves. And so research is being done right now on the immune system. And if your immune system is weak, then cancer can thrive. So the best analogy I think I have is almost like, and it's sorry if you're eating, but like maggots on dead tissue, right? If the tissue's not dead, you won't get maggots. They're not going to show up. But as the tissue starts to die and decay, well, now those things can form and take over because the tissue's weak. In the same way as your immune system begins to weaken and tissues of your body begin to weaken, cancerous cells, which are rogue cells that didn't die like they were supposed to, can now have the ability to take over because of the weakened state of the tissue in your immune system. But a healthy body, a healthy immune system, kill the cancer. So there is study after study after study out there showing that someone with damage to their spine has a weaker immune system, and someone that has their spine adjusted or in the proper alignment has the ability to heal and make their immune system stronger, or it's working like it's supposed to.
So maybe having adjustments might be the missing piece for some people, because we all know people that seem to do everything right. They eat well, they juice, they fast, they exercise, and they still get cancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They've shown that if if you have a lot of tension in the middle part of your back, you have quite a few centers linked to the immune system through the middle part of your back. And so one study showed that if there was subluxation there, that's that damage, that the bones have shifted, damage to the nerve, altering the ability of the nerve to communicate with the organs and keep you alive. So if there's that disconnect there, that subluxation there, that tension there, that if you get that adjusted, which doesn't mean popped or cracked like a lot of people say, if you actually get the bone put back in the right place and the pressure comes off the nerve, then you release something called interleukin-2. And interleukin-2 is a modulator or regulator for your immune system. And if you have cancer or you had cancer, you might have heard that word before, interleukin, because they've made a synthetic or fake version of it. It's incredibly expensive. They'll give it to you in the hospital to boost your immune system, synthetically or fake, in a fake way. But your body makes it, and if you get adjusted, they show that those levels rise again to a normal, healthy level. And people that are subluxated, they have that damage in their spine, have a less than normal or less than adequate amount of interleukin in their bloodstream.
That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. So I think there was a study done out of Life University or Life and Emory in Atlanta showing that if you did get adjusted, the amount of interleukin that was released through an adjustment, if you went to the hospital and wanted the same amount, it would be about $8,000 to $10,000 for that injection.
So that's quite a lot.
Yeah, I think so.
And very effective, obviously.
Yeah, and that's why studies have shown that people who do receive regular chiropractic care have double, triple, quadruple the immune system strength of someone who doesn't. Because a body, again, when the brain can communicate with the immune system, of course that person's going to be stronger, is going to get sick less often, is going to have a better defense. It's not random luck, and it's not genetics, and it's not chance. It's the things we do determine our health and our immune system.
That's interesting that you bring up all these possibilities of how people get sick, and particularly genetics, because so many people think that, oh, well, my mama had that and my grandma had this, and so then therefore here I am. Speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, I have a joke. It's,
okay.
well, maybe it's not a joke. I think it's funny, but so I think I heard a doctor say once, it's not that it runs in your family, it's that no one in your family runs.
Right.
Right. So it's like,
so get moving.
Right. Well, so the point is, it's not just because mom had it and dad had it and grandma had it doesn't mean that it's genetic. Again, it's our lifestyle choices. And what in reality, what it's more likely to be is that you eat the same way, you're stressed the same way, you adapt to things the same way or in a similar way as your family did. Because in reality, we know that and we can make this really simple. It's not genetic unless you're born with it. If you aren't born with it day one, then it is not genetic. You might have a genetic predisposition, but everyone does. Everyone's genetically predisposed. Everyone has cancer genes. Everyone has heart disease genes. Everyone has diabetes genes. It's whether or not you turn those genes on or you leave them off. And the way you turn genes on or off is with your choices. So it's not genetic. Cystic fibrosis, Fragile X, forms of, or obviously Down syndrome, forms of mental retardation. These are truly genetic, and we know. We could even know all the babies in utero. We can do a genetic test and know it's there. But if you're not born with it day one, then it's not what we consider truly genetic. It means you have a genetic predisposition. You have a likelihood. But we all have those genes.
Right.
And the reason you get it or don't get it is the choices you make.
The choices you make and handling stress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great info. Okay, folks, you got to stick with us. This is really good stuff here today with Dr. Matt McAlees talking about how you can really make good choices. So stay with us. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour, sponsored by the Healthy Home Market, and we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is your favorite superhero, Captain Immune System. I'm always hard at work defending you against millions of bacteria, viruses, toxins, and parasites that would love to invade your body. But sometimes, even superheroes need a helping hand, especially with winter approaching. It's your job to help protect the protector. So start by eating a better diet, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and adding some quality supplements to your life. One being my partner in crime, aloe vera. Aloe vera is full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients that can help me, the immune system, to be strong and resilient against infection. Many scientists and researchers believe that aloe vera supports the body to fight illnesses and diseases. When choosing an aloe vera product, quality is everything. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality aloe vera products for decades. To learn more, visit aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. Aloe Life is available in finer health food stores nationwide.
Stop dragging yourself to the doctor to sit on a cold table in a paper gown to get instructions that don't always work. Americans outspend the next 10 other industrialized nations and still rate 11th in overall health. Change all that at the Charlotte Health Center for a proactive health scene with Dr. Matt McAlees and his first-class staff. Be a VIP and access special health classes, know the power of spinal correction, and experience the new Vibe platform to banish body pain, headaches, and disease without pills or surgery. Treat your body with respect to live your dreams of health and wealth. You can do it at the Charlotte Health Center with Dr. Matt McAlees. Call 704-780-0166 or go to charlottehealthcenter.com and live the life.
Friends, do you eat the amount of vegetables recommended by every major health organization, 5 to 9 servings daily to maintain health? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, less than 9% of American adults do. Luckily, there's a great solution, and it even tastes good. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula by Aloe Life. It's an easy and delicious way to get in the daily recommended servings of dark green leafy vegetables. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula is top quality, certified organic greens blended with whole leaf aloe vera and Nepal cactus to support energy and stamina. Each heaping teaspoon supplies 3 servings of dark green vegetables that contain life-supporting nutrients, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and even essential fatty acids that people need to support body wellness. To learn more, visit www.aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. That's 1-800-414-2563. You can also find Aloe Life products at finer health food stores nationwide. Aloe Life, where being healthy never tasted so good.
Uncover the truth with the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, where Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine, investigates the core of your illness and frees you from a variety of health disorders. With specialized testing and skillful interpretation, Christian determines if 4 critical body barriers that act as a health shield have been compromised. Don't keep learning to live until you die with pain, depression, thyroid disease, chronic fatigue syndrome, allergies, insomnia, migraines, autoimmune disorders, or more. At the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, you get the best of East and West to unlock your body's innate ability to be well and live well. With functional medicine, acupuncture, Chinese food therapy, and much more, you will get better and watch your life improve. Because with precise diagnostics, it's not only possible, it's inevitable. If you feel trapped in your illness or want to avoid the diseases of your family, contact the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte by going to holisticcharlotte.com. That's holisticcharlotte.com or call 704-308 704-308-2557. 704-308-2557. Get the keys to the wellness kingdom with the health detective, Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine at the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte. Welcome back. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour. I'm Holly Adams. We're here with Dr. Matt McAlees. Dr. Matt, let's talk a little bit about my favorite subject, food.
Oh, yeah.
So, what should we be eating and what should we avoid? Like, just give us like the top 3 in either category. I know it's a big subject, but
well, let me start out with maybe a little anecdote or maybe another joke. I don't really know what they are, but somebody once said, if it's made in a plant, it's not good for you. If it's made from a plant, it is good for you. So if it's made in a plant,
simile or a homily or something.
One of those things. Yeah. So I would tell you that the golden rule of nutrition is, if it's not naturally occurring as food, don't eat it. Which eliminates 90% of probably what people are eating. If it's not naturally occurring as food, don't eat it. I would say the next 2 most important tips for nutrition are staying away from as much processed refined sugar and carbs as possible.
Right.
So sugar and carbs are the worst things you can eat. Processed, refined, worst things you can eat. And the best, healthiest things you can eat are raw fruits and vegetables, because you get enzymes and vitamins and minerals and all the things your body needs to survive.
what about, things like clean meat? I'm not talking just any old meat, but grass-fed, grass-finished, a cow that lived a decent life out in the sunshine eating grass. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. But if I had to choose biologically between fruits and vegetables or meat, I would choose fruits and vegetables. They're easier on the body. They're better for you. There's more vitamins, minerals. They're more complete. But there's nothing wrong with healthy meats. But you've got to make sure they're healthy. Healthy, or I should say, meats are far more dangerous, or can be, than fruits and vegetables, because they can, meats can be injected with hormones and preservatives and antibiotics and just all these very, very harmful things. So you've really got to make sure you're eating the right types.
Yeah. That's something that, we really harp on at the Healthy Home Market, because it's so important to spend maybe just another $1 or $2, $3 to avoid getting a lot of hormones and antibiotics. And I mean, I've even read that some cows, many cows in the industry are actually eating like the seconds of candy,
right,
from around the country. Yeah,
there's a common practice that when Halloween candy expires, that's sold to farmers to be used to feed to their cattle or their whatever it is, their livestock, because it's just raw sugar, which fattens them up, which makes them worth more money, because we buy meat here in the U.S. based on weight. And so the more fat, the bigger the animal is, the more money the farmer is going to make. Imagine if we did it based on how healthy it was or how good it was for you, right? So it's a different way of thinking, and that's where the grass-fed, grass-finished, the right types of meats, they are more expensive, but it's because they're valued based on their nutritional value. It's not how much will it fill me up, it's how good is it for my body. Or maybe a better way of looking at it is how not poisonous is it, right? Like, oh, this meat won't kill me. That's good.
Yeah, right.
This meat won't clog my arteries. I'll pay a little bit more. So I always tell patients, you can pay the supermarket or you can pay the pharmacist, but you're going to spend money in one place or the other. I would rather spend it at the supermarket and never get sick to begin with, but you're going to spend the money. So there's an illusion that like, oh, it's too expensive, or oh, I don't have it. If you don't have it, you better find it, because if you don't, then you're going to spend it on a drug. You're
going to spend it anyway.
Yeah, you're going to spend it.
Yeah, and then you got to deal with that whole range of pain and suffering is that other big piece.
Right.
So either way you're spending it, it's more painful.
You can spend it. You can choose to spend it now, or you'll be forced to spend more later.
Exactly. Speaking of drugs, there's so many people in the U.S. that are on psychopharms, psychopharmacology, like antidepressants and sleep meds and mood stabilizers and anxiety drugs. Did some of your patients, I bet they get off of those drugs?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't name names, but I wish I could right now because, absolutely. Listen, a healthy body doesn't need those things. A body that's functioning properly doesn't need those things. And again, I think something that we haven't talked about yet today is getting to like, why is that occurring in your body? And that's where the 5 essentials of maximized living and the type of work that we do, we don't just make it feel a little bit better with a drug. We want to figure out, like, so if your doctor says, well, you're not have enough serotonin or melatonin or whatever it is, well, then let's find out why and fix it, because there is a cause.
And a lot of times there seems to be a cause with the gut.
Yes.
When you're talking about brain issues and neurology.
Yes.
And can chiropractic, is that going to help the gut?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, because again, there's your nerve system is what keeps the intestines healthy, the bacteria, the flora alive. It's what cultivates it. Again, if you just think about it like this, if you cut the nerves going to the gut and intestines, they would die instantly. You wouldn't assimilate food, you wouldn't absorb nutrients, it would die. So likewise, the better or healthier that nerve system is working that area, you're going to assimilate more nutrients, you're going to digest things better. So absolutely. And there is a huge connection because all the precursors for the neurotransmitters are manufactured in the gut, and bacteria plays a huge role in that. So again, if you're eating meats that are full of antibiotics, they're still in there, you know what I mean? And now it's going into your gut and killing your bacteria, which then doesn't allow your flora and bacteria to manufacture the neurotransmitters, the peptides, the precursors, the things your brain has to have to make what it needs to be happy, to be well, to be stable, to be normal.
Yeah, it's fascinating, that connection between the two. Like, that expression, I have this gut feeling about something, and how they say that the brain and the gut are developed at the same time in utero, and so there really is a connection between the two. What about things like, you hear about it all the time, leaky gut?
Right.
What is that?
So leaky gut, if I could explain it simply, it's where through stressors, toxins, nerve damage, the gut's weakened, and so there's actually holes in the intestines. And what that does is it allows what's in the intestines, which is food and bile and bacteria, to spill out of the intestines into the space.
Into your bloodstream and
well, it's more into like these cavities that separate the different compartments of your body. So that will then cause an immune response. So that's like you're chronically fighting off an infection, which means your immune system is spread more thinly. It's being used all the time, which means it gets tired. So it's just, you're in this chronically stressed, chronically infected state all the time. And you're not assimilating nutrients, and stuff's leaking out. So it's bad. A lot of people are affected by it here in the U.S. and don't even know.
Right.
A lot of food allergies also can develop from leaky gut because you develop immune response to that food you're eating.
And would that then therefore lead to some people having autoimmune problems?
Absolutely. Yeah, they believe that that's one of the biggest causes of it.
Mm-hmm. You have the largest pediatric care clinic in Charlotte, and you treat newborns to seniors, people over 80 years old. Why would a newborn need an adjustment? And really, can really much older folks still get some results?
Yep. So I just had a baby in literally just earlier this week, and mom came in because the baby was colicky and spitting up and having a hard time sleeping. And again, just like nerve damage can cause an adult to not sleep properly and cause issues, it can do the same for a baby. And you got to think, or if a baby's in pain, how does a baby tell you it's in pain? It cries. Well, it cries all the time. A baby will cry all the time. It can. And so parents bring their newborns in, because they can't fully express what's going on. And so if there's a problem there, the parents just want to make sure that there aren't any problems, that the baby isn't uncomfortable or in pain and not being able to say that. And then secondly, if they get holistic, vitalistic, chiropractic care, then they want to make sure that their baby's healing, healthy, and well. And so in order to do that, the nerves going to their heart, to their immune system, to their developing organs and eyes, they want to make sure that their baby is as healthy as possible and able to fight off everything and develop as well and as fully as possible. So people come in because the baby's symptomatic or crying or colicky or something like that's going to jaundiced, and then people will bring their baby in because they know it's the right thing to do. They want their baby to be healthy and well and vibrant, and so they'll bring them in so that they can be that.
That's exciting to think about. And how about for older folks? Because I've actually heard that you think of scoliosis, say, being just something that happens to teenagers, but actually older folks have it too.
Well, yeah, so it develops and it tends to show itself or develop in your teenage years, but once you get it, unless you fix it, it stays with you and it gets worse and worse and worse. It just decays with age. But there's a reason why chiropractors are accepted by Medicare, and they're the preferred for neck pain, back pain, headaches, is because it's the best. I mean, study after study after study shows if you have neck pain and back pain, the best, least expensive, most effective thing you can do is go see a great chiropractor. You'll be back to work the quickest. You'll be in the least amount of pain. It's the most cost effective. It's by far the best. And these pain, in your neck and back tend to show itself more and more and more the older you get. So we see, I think my oldest patient to date was 98.
Wow.
And they got great results. They're having problems with their hips and low back, and they were hunched over, and they were able to stand up easier. They were able to move their feet better and move better. Tremendous improvement in their quality of life.
That's wonderful. Very exciting. I have to ask you this question because we talk so much about the healing ability of the body, and the body wants to be well, and it can be. You just have to serve it well. Do you think that we were really designed for wellness? Do you think that good health habits and regimens can cure pretty much anything?
I think I think absolutely, certifiably, yes, the human body is designed to heal. Period, hands down. I think it'd be very ignorant to say anything otherwise. Again, if you get a cut on your arm, it heals. If you break a bone, it heals. So if you go to the tissue at the very outside, the body heals it. If you break a bone at the very core, your body heals it. If you get an infection in your blood, your body heals, right? So it's a matter, so the body heals, period. It's whether or not your body has the ability. And that's what we've been talking about all day, is making sure, giving your body the advantage and making sure it has what it needs. Because if it has what it needs, it'll do its job, which is heal you. So.
Great. Yeah. Well, Dr. Matt, big thanks for being here today. It's been so powerful and helpful for all of us.
Thank you so much. And I love. I know you didn't ask me to say this, but I love Healthy Home Market.
Oh,
and
thank
I shop
you.
there all the time. And I bump into my patients. It's literally like going a second office, because I go there and I just see patients all the time. And I love that place. So thank you for having me on.
Oh,
and thank you for
absolutely.
being such a great resource to the community and somewhere I go shop like all the time.
Thank you, Dr. Matt. Yeah, I know. It's fun to see you there, actually. And, I really thank you for being here. You're outstanding. You're like a superstar of health.
Stop
You really
it.
are.
Thank you.
You are. Check him out, folks. Go this Saturday. Call up now, or you can go to maximizeliving.com and get yourself on that list for one of those seats of the last 10 seats available for the workshop, Lose to Win. And I promise you will learn health info that'll change your life if you use it. So after that, you can come to the Healthy Home Market at 1 to 4 the same afternoon for organic wines and cheeses and more at the wine and cheese tasting. Bring your Valentine and check it out at healthyhomemkt.com. That's healthyhomemkt.com. I'm Holly Adams, and together we're choosing wellness. Peace out, y'all. Pay it forward and restore yourself by making the healthy choices for you and your family, and enjoy life with the Healthy Home Market. Feel the goodwill and own great health. Check it out at healthyhomemkt.com. That's healthyhomemkt.com for store locations, details, and discounts. Get the best of God's green blue earth at the Healthy Home Market.